What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Final Score podcast. It's your boy Seb, and in this video, we're going to be power ranking all 30 NBA teams at the All Star break. So, again, this is the Power Rankings All Star break edition. Remember, these power rankings, the criteria is a little bit different. It goes by how well you've been playing recently and how likely you are to win the NBA Finals. I combine both of those things. So, it's not just how well you've been playing recently, it's not just who's the favorite to win the NBA Finals. It's a combination of both. So talent on the roster obviously matters as well. So we're just gonna get right into it. And also, I'm gonna be going from 1 to 30 instead of 30 to 1. Just so you know, something completely different. I know usually in other podcasts everyone starts with worst to best, but in this video we're gonna go from the best to the worst, man. So the first team off rip, who is number one in the power rankings, the team I think is the favorite to win the NBA championship at the All-Star break, is the OKC Thunder. They're playing some amazing basketball, as you guys could. It's clear as day. I don't even have to explain it. You see their record. You see what SGA is doing. Shea's a legit MVP contender, and Thunder are legit, man. And now they get both bigs finally on the court at the same time. I'm excited to see what they both bring to the table. Number two, though, is going to be the Boston Celtics. I still look at them as the king of the East, the favorite to come out the East. I know some people will probably have another team ahead of them, but for me, again, I think Celtics are just better suited for the playoffs. I think if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, Celtics will still be the heavy favorite to come out the East. Core is still doing its thing, and now they got the addition of Peyton Pritchard, who's apparently a fucking six-man of the year contender, legit breakout to add to the Celtics core even more. So again, I think Celtics are legit threats and could realistically, easily go back to back. Number three is where I'm gonna go. The Cleveland Cavaliers. They just made it a beautiful trade to add DeAndre Hunter to that starting five. I think the starting five is now damn near perfect when you're running with Garland, Mitchell, Hunter, Mobley, Allen. This team is dangerous. I think Cavs finally make noise in the postseason as well. Some people will probably have them higher than the Celtics, but I'm going to leave them at 3 for now. This team is spooky. Number 4, I'm going to go the New York Knicks. The offense is just amazing, man. I know everyone thought the defense was going to be out of this world, but it's really the offense. Brunson, Cat, Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart. These motherfuckers get buckets. Knicks are a legit title contender as well. These teams I'm saying right here are the teams that are going to win the NBA Finals. Like, one of these teams are definitely going to win it. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna let you know when I stop with the title contender tier and we move on to playoff fringe teams and all that stuff. But for right now, these are title contenders: Thunder, Celtics, Cavs, Knicks. And number 5 is the Denver Nuggets. I still think they are a title contender. They are still playing some amazing basketball, even without Caldwell Pope. Christian Braun has honestly been amazing, like really good for them. I think he's actually even better than Pope. I know Pope probably plays better defense, but what Braun brings, cutting to the basket and just adding more buckets to Jokic and Murray when they need some more scoring, besides obviously, Jokic, Murray, Porter Jr., Christian Braun could drop a good 15 and 20 himself, man. And I think that's a little. He's going under notice right now. He's playing really good. He's an underrated talent, I feel. And I like what Christian Braun's been doing this year. Obviously, Joikic's playing out of this fucking world. He's honestly my MVP this season because the numbers are just shit's not even fair. Number 6, I'm going to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. I got them pretty high on my list compared to other power rankings I've seen, but when you add a player like Luka, this is what happens, man. Like, this is what the Lakers do, bro. Like, in my lifetime, every single time the Lakers picked up a star, they won the NBA Finals within the next couple of years. Like, it's been like that forever. Fucking from the 60s, Wilt Chamberlain, fucking Jerry West, Magic Johnson, motherfucking Kobe, Shaq, LeBron. They all brought LA a ring. And I don't think Luka's going to be any different. You give the Lakers 4 years, I'm going to say in the next 4 years, Los Angeles Lakers are going to win the NBA championship because, again, this is what the Lakers have been doing my entire life. So shout out to them niggas for landing Luka. No bullshit. Number 7, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. They traded for Kyle Kuzma. I think is a nice little addition. He's going to be more. He's going to put more production up on the board instead of Middleton, he's destroyed by injuries. Man, it's pretty sad. I used to love me some All Star Middleton, but hopefully Kuz could bring some production and can help out Lillard and Giannis. Number 8, I'm gonna go with the Memphis Grizzlies. This team is just built for the regular season. Honestly, that's my concern because they're deep 1 through 15, and obviously once the playoffs come, you're going back to 1 through 8, 1 through 9, and I feel like this is where Memphis beats a lot of teams. Their fucking 10 through 15 is better than like the entire leagues. This team is deep, really deep, and when Ja Morant is on the court, this team's a title contender, man. And that's honestly my last title contender. And we're gonna move on to the guaranteed, locked in playoff teams or whatever. Number 9, I'm gonna go Houston Rockets. So many future stars, man. Yo, shout out to Amen Thompson, yo. He is legit. He might have created a play style. Like he is his own fucking person. Like I've never seen a person like him. He's legit 1 through 5. You could plug him in the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. He could defend all 5. Obviously, he's not defending centers for fucking 40 minutes. But if you switch on it, he could hold his own for like a possession or two. That's all I'm saying. He could do that. He's an elite rebounder. He is elite at playing defense. Like everywhere, all over the court. Perimeter defense, post defense. He's great at the passing lanes, everything. Amid Thompson is a future superstar. This guy is like dumb nice. Shout out to him. Like I wonder if he's gonna be the best player on this team in like 2 years type shit. Like it's getting to that extent. He might already pass Jalen Green. I know Jalen Green's a bucket, but again, this Amid Thompson's doing. Jabari Smith Jr., you lost your starting spot type shit. Like it's already over. Number 10, I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavericks. I actually would have had them in the title contender, but AD going down and Gafford and Lively, they're going to struggle now, man. They have no bigs. They're going to have to run with some PJ Washington at the 5. I just can't fucking believe they traded Luka. Like, I'm still on it. I'm not going to talk about it because I know you guys heard 40 other contact creators talk about it, but goddamn, bro. Luka Doncic is not on the Mavericks no more. The good thing is, though, if you guys are fully healthy heading into the playoffs, your team is deep. And I like your chances, honestly. With Kyrie, AD, you got Clay next to him, you got Gafford, you got Lively, you got pieces off the bench like Najee Marshall, Spencer Dinwiddie's actually playing pretty good. You got Caleb Martin now is picked up there. You guys got some pieces there, man, that are pretty damn good for a defensive lineup and some nice pieces to surround AD and Kyrie Irving. I like Dallas in the playoffs if they're fully healthy, but we're going to see. Number 11, I'm going to go with the Clippers. This team is a great defensive team, honestly. I'm loving the Norman Powell breakout. He is getting buckets. This team is going to go as far as Kawhi takes them. Like that's pretty much all Clippers are. Shout out to Harden, though, for playing this amazing this late in his career. And shout out big body Zubac. That boy's underrated. Number 12, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Timberwolves. My fear with the Timberwolves is the lack of options outside Anthony Edwards. Come playoff time, we're going to need someone to step up. I know they have Julius Randle, but is this 18 to 20 points really going to move the needle when Cat's fucking 30 wasn't? Questions that we're going to need answers because Anthony Edwards is going to need help in the postseason. 13, I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors. I'm liking Curry and Butler so far. They're looking good together, man. Like, this is a nice duo. Undefeated so far, I believe. I think they went 3-0 before the All-Star break. Again, I just like the duo. Two proven playoff performers. If Curry and Butler can make the playoffs, they're a spooky exit. They're a spooky team to play first round. You don't want to play playoff Curry and playoff Jimmy. They're legit. They have legit resumes, and they have proven time and time again to step up in the playoffs. I like Golden State Warriors with Jimmy Butler now. And this is when we go down a slight tier. No, I lied. I lied. We're still with the playoff tier. This is legit locked in playoff teams. Pacers. They can honestly be higher on the power rankings, to be honest. They're playing some great basketball recently. If we were going by just what they're doing recently, Pacers definitely got to be in the top 10. But again, that's not what this is. I throw in the chances of winning the NBA Finals as well. And Pacers, to me, don't have a very high chance of winning the NBA Finals. I'm sorry. I kind of don't think they're even going to make it out the first round. This team is more built for the regular season as well. They kind of remind me of Memphis, just a worse version, if that makes sense. Like literally everyone, like Ja is better than Tyrese. I'll probably take Jaren over Siakam. Like there's just slight downgrade, honestly. Pacers is another one though. This team's gonna go as far as Hallie takes them. If Hallie's dropping, 8 points, 12 assists, cool. They're gonna be a little first round team. If Halliburton is playing like a superstar though, dropping 25 and 15, that's when Pacers are dangerous. Number 15, I'm gonna go with the Phoenix Suns. They're just middle of the pack. I feel like 15. Booker and Durant are dragging them down to 15. Like I'm saying, without Booker and Durant, these motherfuckers would be like bottom five. But Booker and Durant drag these motherfuckers down to like 15th range. They make them respectable. Such a disappointing team, man. I honestly thought they were going to go crazy, and they actually started off really good, but they just fell off, man. Injury. As soon as people got hurt, they have no depth. Nurkic's a clown. Tyus Jones has been a great. Ryan Dunn is actually a really good rookie, great defensively, but it's just not enough, man. They need more depth. 16, I'm going to go with the Sacramento Kings. They lose to Aaron Fox. They get Zach LaVine. LaVine and DeMar are paired up again. They also pick up, I think they're the ones that got Valanciunas as well. It's just a whole lot of offense and not any defense. And that is a recipe for the play-in, guys. Sorry. 17, I'm going to go with the San Antonio Spurs. I love that they trade for De'Aaron Fox. Beautiful move. They didn't have to give any of their young pieces. They still have Keldon. They still have Jeremy. They still have fucking Vassell. Great move all around, man. They still have a bunch of picks for the future as well. I think this trade is going to be more so for next season, if that makes sense. Like this year, they're probably going to miss the plan if you look at the standings. They could go on a little run, but I don't see it happening. They're most likely going to miss it. But Spurs will definitely be in the playoffs next year. Like something has to go drastically wrong for the Spurs not to make the playoffs. I really wanted Wemby to get in that play-in this year, but I don't see it happening. 18, we're going to go with the Detroit Pistons. They made some huge changes with coaches. They picked up some veterans. They finally surrounded Cade Cunningham with shooters. And voila, would you look at that? A fucking playoff team. Why did it take so long to surround Cade with shooters? I don't know, but they did it, so congratulations. You already damn near doubled your win total from last year. You're balling out your mind. Pistons are playing really good basketball. If this was going by based off, again, if this was based off what they've been doing recently, and it wasn't my criteria, Pistons would be higher in this rankings. But since I threw in the odds of you winning the NBA Finals, they are at number 18 for now. Very respectable year for the Pistons, though. They're probably going to make the playoffs, not even be in the play-in, which is crazy. I would have never guessed Pistons make the playoffs straight up and not the play-in, but here we are. Number 19, I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic. My God. You're damn near approaching bottom 10. The offense is just broken. Like, this is the worst offense in the league. Like, it's bad right now. I can't believe we didn't make a move at the deadline. My Magic should have picked up a scorer or a guard that could facilitate and create for others, but we're just standing pat, I guess. Hopefully we make the play-in because we're gonna make the play-in. I'm talking goofy. Hopefully we make the fucking playoffs because we shouldn't be in the play-in with players like with the talent that we have and the defense that we have and the run we went on last year. We should have been easily a 50-win team. But I know injuries have hurt us as well. But my God, we got to get it together, and we got to get it together quickly. Orlando, let's go. Number 20, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Hawks. less is more theory has worked out, man. Dyson Daniels, what a fucking trade that is. Now that is DeJounte Murray's contract gone, and you get Dyson Daniels. Fucking steal, man. Like it's been amazing. He's been playing really well for them. He's honestly probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, no, Wimby's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. But he's definitely going to be All NBA first defensive team, which is very impressive because, again, if I'm telling you, yo, Dyson Daniels is going to be first team All Defensive before the season started, you would have laughed at me. So, shout out to Dyson Daniels, man. I'm sad to see Jalen Johnson's going to be out the year, though. I don't know if Hawks are going to make the play in. This is kind of going to be all depends on Trae Young type shit. He might go crazy and keep him around, the new pickups of Levert and Niang are balling as well, but I don't know. Should be interesting. I like the Hawks though. They're a fun team to watch. That's who I have at number 20. At 21 is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers, and I cannot believe that at the All-Star break they are fucking 21st, man. I think Maxey alone could get them into the postseason, like the play-in, but this is a fucking utter disaster, bro. Like there's no words for this. Paul George might be done already. Like, I don't know about done, but he's definitely not an all star anymore. That's for sure. It's still just Embiid and Maxey surrounded by other players. It's kind of funny. Paul George is looking a lot like Tobias Harris. So yeah, we all thought it was a massive upgrade, and it just isn't looking like it. Hopefully, Philly makes the play in. They have to make the play in because if they just miss the playoffs flat out, that's just embarrassing, bro. It's a bad season. 22, I'm gonna go with Miami. They get rid of Jimmy Butler finally. They land Wiggins. They bring in Davion Mitchell, Kyle Anderson, and they get Warriors pick. This is a two-man team, man. If it's not Hero Bam, they're gonna have to get the job done. Hopefully Wiggins could break out with them. Hopefully Mitchell does something, but they're gonna need others besides these two to step up if they want to make the playoffs because it's not looking good. They haven't been playing good since Butler got traded either. So we will see what happens with Miami. At number 23 is going to be the Blazers. Again, if we're going by recently of just how they've been playing recently and not throwing in NBA title odds, Blazers would be higher because these boys are hooping, surprisingly. These young guards they're pretty fucking good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Scoot Henderson's looking even better. Shaden Sharp's always been a bucket. Simons, who I wanted Orlando to get, is playing good. DeAndre Ayton. This is a nice young team. Denny Abdia. They still got Donovan Clingan. Yeah, he hasn't played really much. Back up big for this team. Blazers, they're looking good. They finally got something going. Hopefully, they can keep building off this upside and just keep it going, man. Keep this rebuild going. 24, I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bulls. Surprisingly, my 24th team is 10th seed right now in the for the fucking play-in. So yeah, that tells you what's going on in the NBA right now. They finally get rid of Zach LaVine. Finally, no more LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I'm mad they didn't get rid of Vooch, but it is what it is. The rebuild is here. They bring in Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Trey Jones, just some bench players, honestly, for this team. And they bring back their own first round pick. We're going to see what they do. I know they're going to be using the youth now. It's time for Buscelli to do some shit. Kobe White is obviously leading the way. Is the youth good enough to make the play in no matter what? And they still have their pick? Or will they fall off? We're going to find out. 25 is the Toronto Raptors, man. They traded for Brandon Ingram. This year they're kind of chips, like they're pretty ass. But for next year, things are looking good, man. I think Raptors could be a sneaky playing team. We got Manuel Quickly, Rowan Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and Pottle. They should be able to at least put up some. They should be a respectable team, is what I'm trying to say. Like they should at least hover around 500, I would assume. They still have Grady Dick. They're still going to pick up whoever they get with the lottery this year. Not bad. I see what you did, Raptors. You obviously know you're not a big market. Free agents are not going to sign here. So go trade for Brandon Ingram. Why not? Fuck it. You gave up Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk. Worst case scenario, Brandon Ingram's a flop. You trade him. 26, I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of Cam Johnson. I think that's a flop, honestly. They could have easily got a first round pick. Maybe even like 2 seconds, I would say, for him. You got to embrace this rebuild. Even Nick Claxton, he got to go. Like, you got to lose. The goal this year is to lose, because you don't have your pick next year. So There's nothing to lose for next year, is what I'm trying to say. And you have some cap space. I think the Nets they're going to be an interesting offseason team to pay attention to. Brooklyn Nets. You heard it from me first. 27's the New Orleans Pelicans. Disaster season. Everyone got hurt. This is just a disaster. They remind me of Memphis last year, but it's okay. Because again, I said they remind me of Memphis last year because they have talent everywhere. They still have CJ. They still have Zion. They still have Trey Murphy, who's fucking balling. And once you add you're gonna get a top 5 pick now. How bad you've been playing. You add that to your core, you should be pretty fucking good already, right? No, CJ, Zion, a top 5 pick, Trey Murphy, not bad. You should be right back in the nick of things next year. Oh, they have DeJounte Murray as well. Yeah, they're gonna be all right next year. If they suck next year, everyone got to get traded, sadly. And surprisingly, I kind of like Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk just because they need depth, low key. Like they have no bench. This is a team that's pure starting 5, no bench. These 2 players give them a decent bench at least, okay, passable one. 28 is going to be the Utah Jazz, the definition of a rebuilding team. I don't really have much to say about them. Like same old, same old. They got Laurie there, Clarkson, same old players, man. Keontae George, you already know what it is. 29, we're gonna go with the Hornets. They don't got anything going on for them, and they might need a double rebuild. Like they were already rebuilding, and they might need to get rid of all their players again, like Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, and shit. Speaking of LaMelo Ball, how much longer will he stick with this team losing? LaMelo Ball, his personality, everything about him screams big market. That's just me. I could be bugging, but I feel like eventually LaMelo Ball is going to be tired of this losing shit and want out. And the worst team in the league right now is the Wizards, man, especially after trading Kyle Kuzma. There's 3 rookies getting big boy minutes on this team. That should tell you everything. This is pure rebuild, like rebuild. Cooper Flag rebuild. Jordan Poole's going crazy, but yeah, those are my NBA power rankings. It's your boy Seb.